I made a killing. Oh, I lost it all. I got it all back. Was that you this week? I'm going to show you why flow trading is a stress-free form of trading, even in this turbulent market. One of these trades was $18 million. Stick around to find out which one on this week's edition of WTF. Watch the flow. All right, this is going to be a lightning round because there are 20 examples to go through. Now, there are plenty of scanners on the market that try and pull this information from the exchanges. This one is the absolute best as far as how the algorithms are programmed. That's why I use this one. There's a link in the description below to try this one out with a discount. So see if this flow trading is for you. It's not for everyone, but it works extremely well for us. And here are 20 examples, even in a turbulent market, of why we like to trade like this. The first one, Monday, PENN, P-E-N-N. We saw $8.7 million of flow coming through here. That's a big aggressive entry. 8.7 million, but check this out. 119, 121 was where the spot price was when they were trading it. It's now 108. So this one dropped big time and got affected by that downward move that we had. It hasn't quite recovered yet, but guess what? It expires 6/18. 6/18, 130, so it's far out of the money at this point, but there's still time on it. So even though it's down now, in the heat of the moment, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. This is the type of flow we're going to look for every single time. There's a nice $3+ million block in there after a few multiple $100,000 transactions. That's what we're looking for. NTES, 917 120s. This was trading at 109 at the time, 108 to 109. After hours Friday, 108.60. So it did not get too much affected by the drop that we had. So $2 million block, 500,000, 200,000, 200,000, all said and done, this is $3.591 million. When we talk about size, time, and urgency, we have 3.6 million. That's the size. Time, 917. Urgency, ask side sweeps above ask block. Size, time, and urgency, this one has it. 109.38, 108.60. So this one was not too affected by the big drop. Facebook had $3 million of flow. More than that, because I'm only counting this one here, but this is an above ask sweep for $3 million. Then we had 325, 338, 244, 244, 300, 240 for the 521 270s. Now check this out. This was trading at about 265, 264.77. After hours Friday, 264.50. So we had a big drop down there. This was affected by the Thursday drop, but Friday it recovered. So size, time, urgency. On size, we have 3 million. Time, we have 521. Urgency, these are some sweeps. There are some bid side activity in there, but don't worry about those. Size, time, and urgency. NLS. This was $2.3 million of flow. Look at this. Ask side sweep 860. Ask side sweep 393. Above ask sweep for 1.06 million. Yes, that's bid side, but that's the same buyer. We have another 100,000 coming in here. This was trading at $20.48. After hours Friday, 1946. So it dropped. It got hurt by that big drop that we saw, but it recovered Friday. Still a little bit lower than here, but we have size 2.3 million, time October, urgency, ask and above ask sweeps. That's what we're looking for. Again, when this comes out, we don't know the future, so we don't know that that Thursday is going to hurt us. When we see flow like this, we're going to follow it every single time. And with that kind of time on the expiration, plenty of time to recover a big drop that we have, and you can see that it almost already did that on Friday. GM, this one doesn't have a lot of dollar amounts each time they hit it. You can see these are numbers that I don't like. So some 18,000, some 40,000, some 52,000s. These are numbers that I would not normally follow. So why am I pointing out this type of flow? I have to scroll so you can see all of it. Look how much flow came in on GM. Holy crap. I didn't add it all up because I'm not going to sit here and add up 150,000 lines like that, but that is a lot of flow on GM, and this flow actually did really well. So you can see it started coming coming in at 98.99 a dollar. By the end of the flow is already up $1.53, $1.60, $1.80 at one point, $1.92, $1.98, $2.01. Are you kidding me? So for something that started off at 99 cents and a dollar to double the same day is pretty good. 416, so you don't have a ton of time on that one, but doesn't matter because the flow already doubled. Next up, AA. AA has $4+ million of flow. What I want you guys to look at when you start looking at flow, the dollar amounts in this column here, they're all multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you pull up some tickers that you're looking at for flow and you see similar to what the GM flow has here, where it's 27,000, 29, 96, 31, 31, that's just numbers that we're not looking for. The difference on GM is because you can see how relentless they were in hitting that flow. But if you see something like this where there's only 15 or 20 lines and each one of them are for 15,000, 80,000, that's just not what we're looking for. If you look at this though, they're all multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. All said and done, it adds up to over $4 million. Now, they started hitting this one at 29 upper 30s. Here we go, 30.52, mid 30s, 29.32 after hours Friday. So even though we had a big drop Thursday and even more drop Friday morning, it did recover almost back to where they were trading this. There's still time on these. These expire 5/21. So even though they're a little bit down from here, there's time for them to recover and do what the initial trader expected them to do. UAL is $6.5 million of flow. I've got to scroll up a little bit to show you all of that. Look at the dollar amounts. Every time they hit it, it's for multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, UAL, we have size, we have time, 618. Urgency, there's a lot of sweeps in here. There's some ask side. We see a few that don't have any bid or asks, which basically means they filled between the spread. So we don't have a ton of urgency on this like we would, where it's just relentless ask and above ask. But we have size, we have time, we have some urgency. This was trading upper 54s. It's 50, a little less than 51 after hours. So this is down a little bit. But guess what? Why is this stress free? Because it's 618. We have plenty of time for this to recover. Netflix was $1.8 million over here, and they hit this on multiple days. I'm going to show you more Netflix flow in a little bit. Now, this one was trading 523. It's 516 after hours, so this one took a hit. This one expires 416, so not a lot of time on this one. There's a little bit for it to recover, but not a ton of time. But when we see flow like this, we're going to probably take a look at it. Now, this alone, typically for Netflix, I like $1 million flow, but for Netflix, I'd want to see a little bit more. But this is still going to capture our attention. The next time I show you Netflix, you're going to see why it definitely captures our attention. Next up, TSM. TSM is $2.8 million of flow. This was trading at 119, mid 119s. It's 121.97 after hours Friday. So even though we had that big drop during the week, this one's actually higher than where we bought it. Size, time, urgency. Size, $2.8 million. Time, 7/16 expiration. Urgency, ask and above ask sweeps. This is the type of flow we're looking for. You can see this one doesn't fill the screen like some of the other ones, but that's okay. It doesn't have to always fill the screen. We still have size, we still have time, we still have urgency. PEGA, this is an interesting one. This is a name we don't hear too often, but we have a $1 million above the ask sweep. A $1 million above the ask sweep on a name we don't hear too often is going to capture our attention. 416 expiration, so it doesn't have a ton of time on it, but this was trading at 120.22. It's 121.20 after hours, so it is up. 115 strike, so it is a little bit in the money. So this was a pretty safe trade with an interesting name, decent size on it. That one's going to capture our attention. Snow. Now this is an interesting one. Snow has $12.6 million of flow. If you look at these are all big numbers. We don't have the 100 and the 200,000s. These are all $500, $600, $400,000 at a time. So huge numbers going in here. A $1.38 million sweep. Now I know what you're going to say when you look at this flow closely, but Mike, this is all bid side activity. Yes, it is. So why am I pointing this out if it's all bid side? This is the exception to the rule. We're going to ignore the bids. Why? Look at the price. 13.3, 13.4, 14.5, 14.8, 14.9, 15.8, 17.2, 17.5, 18.3, 18.9, 19.8, 20. Holy crap. What are we looking at? The price keeps getting driven up every time they hit this one. So don't worry about that bid side activity. The price is driven up every time they hit it. It starts at 13.3. Where does it go? We've got some 20s up in here, and then it dropped a little bit. It hit 22 by the end of the day. From 13 to 22, that is an awesome trade. NUAN. NUAN has a little less than $1 million of flow. This is about $850,000 of flow. What I like about this one, 820. So size, $1 million, well, just under $1 million. Time, 820. Urgency, ask side sweeps. So again, this isn't one that fills the screen, but that $772,000 ask side sweep captures our attention. It was trading mid 41s at the time, after hours Friday, 42.58. So this one's already up. Even though we took a hit Thursday and Friday morning, it recovered. It's above where it was trading when they bought these. Still plenty of time on them. CYH is $1.3 million of flow. There's some smaller numbers in here, but this $975,000 block is a decent one, surrounded by some smaller numbers here. This one was trading at $892, it's $889, so even with that drop we saw, this one wasn't too affected. It recovered. $416, not a ton of time on it. It's a little bit out of the money, but no, not really for, an $8.50 stock. Actually hit close to $9, so it's only $1 out of the money. A little bit of time for it to do that. It's trading right around where this was. So this is a name that we don't necessarily see all the time on flow. So when you see a $975,000 trade in there, that's going to capture our attention. Starts at 36, goes to 50, goes to 58, 60, 70, 75. So this is flow that's done pretty well already, and there's still time on it for it to do more. Uber, don't do it to me, Uber. We saw some Uber flow all over the place. We were in some flow that turned against us, and it took a while for it to go green. Here, they hit it again for $4.6 million, but look at the numbers. $1.16 million sweep, 100,000, 1.33 million, 500,000, 300,000, 1.1 million. Size, time, urgency. Size, 4.6 million times 61821. Urgency, these are ask side sweeps. Price, 525, 54, 555, 565, 570. The price is driven up every time they hit it. This is flow we're looking for all the time. They were trading at $53 when it came in, $55.85 after hours Friday. Size, time, urgency. This is flow we're sitting around waiting for. PDD had a $1.91 million ask side sweep. Spot price 160.75 after hours 158.60, so it did drop a little bit, but 319. You've got 2 weeks to go on it on a pretty good size sweep right here. This is 1.9 million in a single trade. That's going to capture our attention. So not a lot of time on it, but the size of the trade being a single trade, that's going to grab our attention. Netflix. Holy crap, this is what I was talking about before. $18 million, 2.27 million, then a bunch of some mid-size, 100,000s, 500,000, 400,000, 9.59 million. After that, 200,000, 700,000, some 4s and 3s and $670,000 trades in here. This is big money. All said and done, $18 million, 521 expiration, 530 strike, little bit out of the money. Guess what? This was trading at 503, 506, 516.50 after hours Friday. 521 expiration, plenty of time on it. This already made a 13-point move. That's what we're looking for. Size, hell yeah, it's there. Time, yep. Urgency, we've got some above ask sweeps in here, a bunch of those. Boom, that's what we're looking for all day long. MU has $534,000, so not a whole lot, but it's ask side sweep for 200, ask side sweep followed by 331. So this was 86.74, 86.87, after hours 89.45. So this one's already up. So good little trade there. 319, shorter expiration. So sometimes on the shorter expirations, we don't need to see 3, 4, 500 or $3 or $4 million. We can see some of the smaller dollar amounts with a little bit less time on it. Sometimes that captures our attention. This one's already up almost $3 from where it was trading. Twitter has $1.8 million. Again, when you look at this value here, 388, 358, 826, you're not seeing the 80,000, the 16,000, the 12,000. These are all big trades here, back to back to back. So 1.8 million. June expiration, this was trading at 63.94, 65.43 is the spot price here, 67.15 after hours. So this one's already up from where it was originally entered. $1.8 million caught our attention, plenty of time on this one, and it's already up. Netflix, $7.4 million. How many times are they going to hit Netflix? Size, 7.4 million. Time, 917. Urgency, above ask sweep, above ask sweep, above ask block. Size, time, urgency. This one started at 512, 513, 514, 516, 516.50 after hours. If you got in earlier on these bigger trades, it's already up from where you got in with plenty of time to go. And last but not least, we have Snap. Snap was $8.7 million of flow. I've got to scroll through it so you can see it all. Again, look at the numbers. Every time they hit it, it's for multiple hundreds of thousands. Size, yes, 8.7 million. Time, yes, 10:15 expiration. The one thing I don't necessarily like about this is the strike price is 70 when it was trading at 54, so it's a little bit out of the money, but with that kind of size and that kind of time, I'm okay doing that. You can also, if you want to be a little bit safer, keep the 10:15 but go for a closer strike. But with this size, this time, and the urgency on this, guess what? I'm comfortable with this trade. Started at 5.4, 5.1, 5, 5.15. So we're trading about $5 here. It gets up to 6. Does it get any better than that? Yes, it gets up to $7. So already a pretty good trade. But guess what? It expires 10:15. That's why we have zero stress when we trade. We're watching for the size, the time, the urgency for the big money. When they're comfortable putting this kind of money into the market with this kind of time, we're comfortable following them. Through the ups and downs of a turbulent market, it just doesn't matter because we've got the backing of millions of dollars of flow from the big money. That's why we trade stress-free. Come join us at Black Box Stocks. We will walk you through how to do this and show you these trades live. You get a chance to take them live with us every single day that we see them. That's how you trade stress-free during a turbulent market. Join us. See you on the charts.